Hey guys, it's me Zachariyah, and I am here with my thoughts and my recap for the new Atlanta. Now, I know it's been a minute since I've actually been in front of my computer screen and I've been doing them on the phone, but I finally have a day off so I can sit in front of the computer and actually talk. And anyway, so the premiere of the new Atlanta was last night. Also, the premiere of I Dream of Nene was last night too. The new Atlanta, I was excited for the show, and I don't feel like it disappointed me at all. I think the premiere was pretty good, I have to say. We were introduced to Alex, Africa, Vaughn, Tribble, and Emily. That's all 5 people on the cast. I'm just going to give like a quick rundown of the opinions, I think, of each person, and then we'll get to the recap. So I'm going to start with Emily. I love Emily. I don't know what it is about blondes on TV shows, but I'm always attracted to the blonde. Not sexually, but like, you know, I like the blonde. I always love the blonde on a TV show. I don't know why, but Emily, her southern accent is just too cute. It's so adorable. But she seems like she's real fun, real easygoing, but she's also determined. And she don't play. Like, you can tell just from the little spat that she had with Alex, she's not one of them girls that's like, okay, well, just because I'm white, that doesn't mean everything's just going to pass over and you're going to walk over me. She could hold her own, so I give her that. Africa, you know, she seems like she's the most level-headed person on the cast, but then again, we didn't see a whole lot of Tribble. But Africa seems like she's the mellow one, the one that's like kind of friends with everybody, but she's like, I don't know, like not like in a boring way. Like, she's the most level-headed. Like, her hair is on right, I feel like. Vaughn, I don't know about Vaughn. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like him. He kind of comes off as just arrogant and like full of himself, and I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like him. I really don't. Like, he has like that player persona. Like, he'll smooth talk any woman to get in her drawers. Like, that's what I see from him. Unless it changes. I don't know. But I feel like I'm not gonna like him because, yeah, he kind of seems like a womanizer. Tribble, we didn't see a lot of Tribble. We saw him for like 3 minutes the whole episode. So I don't really have an opinion on him. He was on Sweet Home Alabama. I didn't watch it, but I did my research and he was on that show. So maybe that's why they let everybody else get their shine for a little bit, because he's already been on TV. But I don't know. So I don't really have an opinion of Tribble because I didn't really get to see him enough to form one. And Alex. Alex is Peter's worst nightmare. She is. If someone from PETA was watching last night's episode, they would have had a heart attack, because Alex was rolling around in all that fur, and yeah, she's PETA's worst nightmare. But she's fun. She does seem like she's real fun. She seems like the outspoken person of the cast, that don't put up with anybody's BS. So that's just kind of my opinion of everybody. But as far as the episode, let's get on with the episode. So Emily, her shop was broken into. You know what? I feel sorry for her, and this probably happened like a year or two ago. But I feel sorry because for people who work so hard, to have someone come in and just take it all, it's like it's devastating. You know, people's houses get broken into, and people work so hard for that stuff. You know, when I was a kid, our house got broken into, and you know, we worked so hard, or my mom worked so hard for what she had, and for someone to just come and take it and then probably sell it on the street is ridiculous. So my heart goes out to Emily. Hopefully, you know, she's back and thriving better than ever, which I'm sure she is. But you know, when that happened, I was like, well, a couple things came to mind. For one, do you not have an alarm system? Because I used to work for an alarm industry, and I'm like, why don't you have an alarm system? And she just might not have a glass break sensor, which is something you need, because a glass break sensor okay, so in an alarm system, there's like different components. There's like the door sensor, so if someone opens the door when the alarm is armed, the alarm will sound. If the glass break, if someone you know, breaks your glass, it'll pick that up. But door sensors don't do that because they're not designed to do that. So she needs to get her some glass break sensors and some motion detectors if she has not already done that. And my phone is ringing. Sorry. So she needs to go ahead and do that if she hasn't already done that. But I don't know. I feel really, really, really bad for her because I hate that it happened to anybody. But other than that, her and Africa, well, no, before I go there, Africa, she was in the studio with Vaughn. And, you know, they didn't really show a whole lot of her singing. She sounds like she has a nice voice. I don't know. I'm not a singer. I'm not a music producer. I'm not whatever. So I don't know. But she sounds okay to me. I'm just like, But, you know, she was in there trying to lay down the track or whatever. And her and Vaughn, like, they have this chemistry with each other. Like, I know they say, oh, we're just friends. But it doesn't really look that way. Yeah, it's me. At least on Vaughn's side. Like, Vaughn was kind of like, I don't know. But then, you know, and then it goes back to when I was saying, I don't think I'm going to like Vaughn. He just was like, I don't do R&B, I do star R&B. Okay, you know, it was a cute saying, but I don't know. It's just, to me, stuff comes off just wrong from him. But his son is adorable. I have to say, his son is a little star in the making. His son is really adorable. And it's good to hear, I will say one good thing about him. It's good to hear that him and his son's mother have a relationship where they actually are friends. They can talk to each other. And not like so many other people who hate their baby mom or hate their baby daddy. Which I don't get that. Why you hate your baby daddy? You had to like him at one point in time. So, what? Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so Alex, she didn't have a party. Everybody else had like a send-off party to throw for her because it was her last semester in school or whatever. Which is great. Education is very important. But during the time, they were, you know, she was like, well, I want to be a trophy wife and da-da-da-da. Let me just say, before I say that, Emily didn't understand what a trophy wife was. I don't think I understand what a trophy wife is either. But, you know, they kind of got into it. No, I take this back. They didn't really get into it. Alex's friends got into it with Emily. I think that Alex should have been like, you know, chill, this, you know, let me have a conversation with her. Her friends were like all up in it. Like, they were just going off on her. I was like, well, Googling it. You don't understand it. Well, I feel like if they would have shut up for like 2.5 seconds and let Alex actually talk to Emily, maybe she would have got it. Because I don't understand what a trophy wife is. I'm going to give you my version or opinion of a trophy wife. I think a trophy wife is someone who's very beautiful, who usually marries an older man or a man with tons of money and doesn't do anything. They sit at home and just go shopping and spend money. They don't cook, they don't clean, they don't do anything. They're just there as a trophy to be like, oh, this is my wife. Isn't she pretty? You know, so I feel like that's what a trophy wife is. But a trophy wife can be replaced. A man can play a game and win another trophy. I'm just saying. But I don't think, not to bash Alex at all, because I don't think her saying she wants to be a trophy wife was the right choice of words. I think she wants to be a stay-at-home mother who supports her man. There's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. People are stay-at-home moms all the time. So I think that, to me, there's a difference between a trophy wife and a stay-at-home mom who supports her man and is there for her man and encourages him, cooks dinner, washes clothes, cleans, supports him, but is not a slave. A trophy wife, on the other hand, I feel like is just there just to look pretty. That's my opinion. So I don't think maybe trophy wife isn't the best way to say, isn't the best term for Alex to use for what she wants, because it doesn't sound like she wants that. She wants to be in a relationship, like a traditional one is what she wants. A traditional relationship where the wife stays at home, the husband's the head of the household. That's what she wants, a traditional marriage. So maybe she should use that term instead of being a trophy wife. You can still have a traditional marriage and be fine. I'm just saying. You don't have to be a trophy wife. You can be a good-looking housewife and mother of 6 kids. So maybe she should say that. Again, Triple, where the hell was he at? There wasn't enough of him for me to even say anything about Triple. Yeah, so then they had I always want to say Erica, Africa's birthday party or whatever, which, it was fine until, Emily, the two Emmys started talking about the whole thing that went down with Alex. So I get that you want to talk to your girlfriend. That's fine. I get you want to talk to your girlfriend about it. There's nothing wrong with that. I think maybe they should have did that like at home where Alex wasn't there, and with her friends, because her friends are clearly the one that went and got Alex. Granted, if someone was talking about my friend, I would go get them too. But I think things get worse when people come into it and like put their opinions or try to start drama. That's where situations get blown out of proportion. And that whole conversation with them, I feel like got blown out of proportion. But that other Emily too, and Alex, if you're watching, I am so sorry. I laughed. I'm sorry. If you're watching, Alex, I apologize. But when Emily too was like, she wants to be a trophy wife with that hair, she could put some relaxer on it. So first I was like, no, she didn't. But then I was like, I've never heard a white girl talk about relaxer before. So I did laugh. So Alex, I'm so sorry, girl. I still love you, but I laughed. It was funny to me. I would never think a white girl would say that. But the season looks really intense. It's the producer, Mona Scott Young, is the same person who does Love and Hip Hop. So I'm really hoping it's not going to be like Love and Hip Hop, because I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop. It was a little too hood, a little too ratchet for me. So hopefully it's not going to be like that. I hope it's going to be like a different version. But the new Atlanta actually reminds me of when Bravo came to Dallas and did Most Eligible Dallas. It gives me that same feel, but I think when they came to Dallas, they cast the wrong people. That's why there wasn't a second season. I think they cast the wrong people on Most Eligible Dallas, and they need to come down here and do it again and cast the right people, i.e. me, to be on the cast. But anyway, that's all I have for this recap. Tune in every Wednesday because I will continue to be recapping the new Atlanta. But follow me on Twitter at Zachariyah. Subscribe to my channel. Comment below. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.